This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You're watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, so I'm going through the usual morning routine of going online, checking around to see what kind of new stories are coming out, new kind of updates, so I can give them to you guys. And I stumbled across this article from the Express, and the title of it is that Jarrell Miller could still fight Anthony Joshua. And my initial reaction was, what are you talking about? So I open it up, and basically they clickbaited me, is what they've done. But what they have said is that there is an element of truth in what it is that they have said, but they use that to every extent to get me and you and everybody else to click on their article. But anyway, as a little payback for them, as a little thank you, I'm going to put it in the description box for you guys to go have a read for yourself so you can give them some more clicks as well. Now, within this one, there is a statement from Eddie Hearn saying that Big Baby Jarrell Miller may actually escape a ban because there's a small technicality with him failing the test, and he can't get banned by the New York State Athletic Commission. They can't remove his license because his current license was expired. So he failed the test while he didn't have a valid license. Now, of course, he's going to have to apply for a new license. It's unlikely that he's going to get one. He can go around to other sanctioning bodies, other states and apply for a license. It's unlikely that they'll get one. But what Eddie Hearn is saying is that it is a grey area. And it sounds absolutely terrible, doesn't it? But anyway, I want to get into what Eddie Hearn says, and then we'll have a little bit more of a chat about it. So, Eddie Hearn's statement. Miller doesn't have a license with the New York State Athletic Commission because it had expired. They can't punish him. They can only refuse him a new license. He could go to any other commission and apply for a license, but I don't think he'll get one. If they ban Miller for a year, then they have been very, very, very kind to Miller. I'm all for forgiving. People make mistakes, but this is not a mistake. You have to look at the extent of what he's done. I like Jarrell Miller. I like his company. For a couple of years now, I've done everything I can to give him the best opportunities for his career. I gave him chances on HBO. I then signed him for DAZN and gave him the Anthony Joshua fight. He messed it up and took it as a liberty. What he has done is downright cold-blooded cheating. I'm presuming you inject that crap. So why have you done that? To do what he has done is cowardly. Eddie Hearn's statement. So, just to clarify the last bit where he's saying that I assume that you inject that crap. One of them, EPO, yes, which I did the video yesterday on detailing all three banned substances to the best of my ability. Of course, using Wikipedia and other things, okay? And EPO is something that it is in your system as a very, very low amount, which helps your red blood cell count within your bone marrow, that kind of thing. But to fail a test, in other words, you have to have it elevated, and to get that elevated, to get that extra one into your system, it's injection form. There's no other way of doing it. If there is, I haven't seen it, but it looks like it is injection based. It's banned anyway, as are the other two. But even just one of those. So Miller's got not only one, hasn't got two in there. In fact, he's got three in his system. But just one of them on their own, any one of those three, gives him a bit more of an edge in defeating Anthony Joshua, inflicting punishment to Anthony Joshua. You put all three in there, it's a recipe for disaster, not only for potentially Anthony Joshua, but also for Miller. How many times do you see people fail a PED test and they have one in their system? That's that's obvious, isn't it? But how many times do you actually see athletes have two? Very rare. Very, very rare. But three, that's taking a damn liberty, is what it is. Okay, so three in there, that's not an accidental, oh sorry, I ate a bit of tainted beef from the market. No, you've got three separate substances in your system. So that is blatant cheating. He was going there to do damage. Now, I have heard some people saying, but maybe Joshua should fight him anyway. But the thing is, I understand what it is you're saying because you believe that Joshua would beat Miller with or without PEDs. But the thing is that he may hurt Miller. He may keep on punching him, and eventually Miller may fall. But with the amount of gear that he's got in his system, and for what it is that they do, he's just going to keep on getting up like The Undertaker. Okay, he's going to keep on coming forward like Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the Terminator. He's going to keep on coming forward. Don't matter what you do to him, he's going to keep on coming forward and smile at you. And there's nothing in the world Joshua can do about it. He can drop him several times, but Miller will get up. There's no stopping him. He's like a walking machine. So no, for me, I don't think that Joshua should fight him. But with or without a boxing license, I don't think he can do it anyway, because the WBA, because Joshua is WBA champion, much like with the WBC rules, you must be enrolled in VADA and you must pass the tests. Now in America, it seems that a lot of these guys, when they have like the WBC title fights, say against Wilder or against, say, Sean Porter, for example, the champion and the opponent will probably have a test maybe 1, maybe 2 times within camp, and certainly on fight night, which isn't always great. Here in the UK, we have UCAD, and they do it all year round. So they'll just knock on your door at any time of the day or night, at any given time, any given day. And you must always let them know where you're going to be, so that they'll just roll up and test you, okay? Now, I know in America, people say, oh, everybody should be enrolled in VADA. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the thing is that these guys are not as prolific as maybe they should be. But Joshua pays the extra money, was it 30 to 40,000 pounds per camp for extra testing, not just for himself, but for his opponent as well. So in other words, he's paying for his opponent to be tested. So what's the point in having your opponent tested, and then they fail the test, and then you get the fight anyway? I mean, what kind of signal does that send out to the boxing world? It's pointless, complete waste of money. They may as well have not have done the test. But as I said, I think that Miller was in there to do harm to Anthony Joshua. Maybe done it out of fear. Maybe he's having these things in his system for all his career, for all we know. For all his career. We don't know. Maybe he hasn't taken anything in this camp, but it's still in his system from previous. Who knows? Who honestly knows? But either way, I mean, he doesn't have a boxing license, so the New York State Athletic Commission cannot take any kind of action against him. But the WBA can. If they ban him, then that means you can go fight Joshua, but you're not going to have that belt on the line. And I'm pretty sure that the IBF and the WBO, certainly the WBO, will take that stance too. Anyway, I'll put the article in the description box for you guys to go have a read for yourself as to Eddie Hearn's statement that because he didn't have a valid license at the time, he can't be punished by the New York State Athletic Commission, and he can apply for a new one, and he can also apply for a boxing license with other states. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.